Hello YouTube, this is DVD Review Studios,
and today we shall be celebrating 10 years of the DVD Review Studios channel. A whole decade of content creating. It's been a hobby that I've very much enjoyed over the past 10 years, and still making content now, I find it to be just as exciting. And I love interacting with the niche community of people that we have as followers of the channel, and all the wonderful people that I interact with frequently whenever I see a familiar face in the comments, or even a new face at that. It's always fantastic to meet great like-minded people and to see people enjoying the content I'm producing. And so, as a huge thank you to those that have stuck with the channel today, I shall be doing a bit of a look back on the channel in the form of a Q&A session, which I've picked out some frequently asked questions from the comments on my videos. Along with, when I advertised the anniversary video, I did ask if anyone had any questions in my recent update video to post them in the comments, so I've taken some of the questions from there as well. And in this video, we shall be looking back retrospectively on the channel. First up, we have a couple of questions from long-time subscriber Paula Lachlan, the first of which is, you've made many videos over your 10 years, but which one would be your favourite? And that was kind of a tricky question to answer. I've looked back on the channel, and there's a few that I am actually quite proud of for really how far I've progressed in terms of editing and stuff like that. One of the ones that caught my eye was one of my first sort of proper movie reviews where I actually edited the visuals in sync with what I was talking about. And that was on the French film La Haine, which is a phenomenal movie if you haven't seen it. And even though the review is, to, I guess, compared to what I do now, really badly edited, it was just really fun to do at the time. It was quite experimental, and I really enjoyed making that video in particular. It's very short, but does get a couple of points across, and in that style, that's something that I've really wanted to carry over into more recent content. So that's definitely a video I'm proud of on that note. And in recent years, the video essays for sure are definitely some of the best. One that I was really proud of, which kind of evolved into the video essay format, was an announcement video basically announcing Simpsons Season 19 is finally coming to DVD. And then that evolved into a whole stance on physical media versus streaming, and then censorship on streaming to do with the Michael Jackson episode. So definitely some interesting points raised in that video, which again I really enjoyed scripting, voicing over, and synchronizing visuals with what I was talking about. And then lastly, for recent videos again that I'm proud of, the gameplay videos of the Simpsons Hit and Run. I've wanted to do more gameplay videos. It's probably not something I will branch out into. I did record a long time ago some Portal 2 content, which I might do something with maybe. But for Hit and Run, it's a game that I've loved since my childhood, and playing through some of the mods to the game, that has been really fun to document and record, so definitely more of those coming, regardless of how sort of few and far between those videos may be. Best cinema experience of your life, which, to be honest, despite how I feel about these movies now, I'm going to have to give to Star Wars The Force Awakens. My brother and I went to see this movie together at one of the earliest screenings that we could, and it was a really memorable night. There were people there in cosplay of the characters, the cheers and excitement that was shared when the John Williams theme began and the opening crawl was on screen. What an incredible and very memorable movie experience that was. And then to, I guess, add on to that, we have one really weird but really fun experience as well. My brother ended up with some tickets to a kind of bodge job screening of the first Jurassic Park movie, which was done on a projector screen in an abandoned swimming pool. And it was literally just the steps of a swimming pool that you'd walk down, and someone had just organised loads of deck chairs and stuff down there. And then so to watch a huge projector screen from the inside of an empty swimming pool was hilarious, slightly comfy. The ambience was very interesting to say the least, and overall that was very memorable as well, and for sure shed a new light on the first Jurassic Park movie for me. That was a really wonderful viewing experience. Which item of your collection would you have watched the most? A bit of a tricky question, but I managed to backtrack it to kind of some of the oldest DVDs I've really got still. Primeval Series 1 was one that sprang to mind instantly. I picked this up from Asda on the release day many, many years ago, and I used to watch this all the time. The final episode with the future Predator, really creepy episode and something that I was just fascinated with as a child. And then Simpsons Season 4 and Futurama Season 4. I've had these in the collection for a very long time. This was the first box set of The Simpsons I ever picked up. Likewise with this one of Futurama, which has had its fair share of kind of repairs over the years. The side of it is kind of yellowing almost at this point. But yeah, box sets I've had in the collection, these three would definitely be top picks for ones that I've watched the most there as well. Last question from Paul. Does your family/close friends know about your YouTube channel, and if so, what was their reaction when they first found out about it? To be honest, it's not something that I've really kept as a secret or anything like that. My family knows that I make YouTube videos online, my brother in particular, and a few close friends know that I do as well, and even throw recommendations for videos to make out there as well, so pretty supportive on that note, surprisingly. Jordan Howell asks, can you do a DVD collection and favourite episodes video of The Simpsons? Definitely something that I will be looking into doing, similar to my South Park and Futurama videos. Collection videos of any sort are often very time consuming to make, but definitely something that I really do want to make for sure. And speaking of The Simpsons, I'm a Goofy Goober asks, favourite Simpsons episode of all time and favourite season? In terms of episode, that is a really tricky question, but one episode that I absolutely love is from Season 8, called You Only Move Twice, with Albert Brooks guest starring as the character Hank Scorpio. And in terms of favourite season, either Season 3 or Season 4, both of which have some of the best episodes of the show. Dr. Rat asks, favourite rat fact? Out of the ones that you posted on my video, this is my favourite one. Starkiller Base asks, do I collect anything besides DVDs? In terms of other stuff that I collect, the best videos to check out would definitely be the Christmas haul videos on the channel, which again, kind of documents the progression of the channel over 10 years, with there being 10 of those, one for every year I've done YouTube for, surprisingly. And yeah, for other stuff that I collect, mainly art figures by the company Kid Robot. They make some absolutely incredible stuff. I did collect a lot of pop figures. I even made a YouTube channel about it, but I shut that down as of late. And to be honest, I got rid of the majority of those, apart from the rare ones and the Star Wars related ones, with this Qui-Gon one in particular being worth a hell of a lot of money. And other than that, Lego stuff as well, that's something that I did recently get back into quite a bit with the whole lockdown situation as well. So yeah, there's quite a few things that I do collect outside of just movies and TV shows. Seatman asks, will I ever review King of the Hill, which I have reviewed Season 1 on the channel. I'm currently still working my way through the series. I'm currently on Season 10, but yeah, definitely more King of the Hill reviews coming soon to the channel for sure. Jared Griffiths asks, what are your top 10 worst movies you own in your collection? To be honest, that's probably a video in of itself, so I might actually use that as a video idea, but just as a couple of examples. Anything with CGI sharks, Jaws in Japan is especially one of the worst. Tommy Wiseau's The Room, iconic and absolutely hilariously poor for a film. I've done a full video on this one in particular if you wanted to have a look at that. Anything with CGI apes in it, again, pretty terrible. King Kong Lives was pretty abominable. And recently I picked up Laser Blast, which was creative but still equally as shit. SCC asks, what made you want to start YouTube? Which, to be honest, I've always really been interested in making YouTube videos. I've made a few videos prior to this account, but to be honest, there's nothing really noteworthy out there. But otherwise, as far as this channel goes, it was just really to make similar content to what I was personally looking up in terms of collecting movies and TV shows. And so I thought I would make my own variation on that kind of content. Shows Films Fan asks, what is your favourite cartoon show? And that is definitely Futurama. It has been for many, many years. It's a TV show that I absolutely love. And if you want to check out my collection overview of my Futurama box sets, I definitely recommend doing so just to hear my thoughts on the show really as a whole. Lauren Murray asks if I have a favourite book, which I do. Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. Definitely one of the most intricate novels I have read, and I got into this purely because I was looking into the actor John Sims' filmography, and I came across this movie adaptation of the novel, and I absolutely loved the film. It's very long and something that I would love to cover in its own video on the channel. And I was very interested in the source material, and so over many, many months I just kept reading into the original novel, and I absolutely love this book. In terms of recent reads though, one that I really did enjoy, Darth Plagueis. I've read through a lot of Star Wars novels as of late, and this was one that definitely was the most memorable in my opinion, and had some great tie-ins with The Phantom Menace. Lee Hamlin asks, can you please do a Star Wars Blu-ray collection video, which I have technically done one. That was just looking at the animated movies on both Blu-ray and DVD, however, so if you want to check out that video, I'll put an annotation on screen, but otherwise, the only other kind of variation on the Star Wars collection video I would likely do is just looking at the Skywalker saga and the other movies in between, so that might be a potential upload for the future. Martin Donaldson asks, are you going to make more Wentworth DVD videos? Which I would definitely like to do so. Wentworth is a fantastic and very underrated series. If you've never seen the show before, check out my review of the series. There's a couple of spoilers in there, but otherwise I would definitely recommend checking out the show overall in general. It's definitely a series that is incredible in terms of storytelling and for its character build. Disco Studios asks, will you be able to bring back the Family Guy DVD review? Definitely something that I would like to revisit on the channel, maybe redo some of my much older Family Guy videos. Otherwise, as far as new seasons go, I've recently picked up season 19, but whether or not Fox, or now I guess Disney and Fox will be releasing any new Family Guy DVDs since the acquisition of shows such as Family Guy being transferred now over to Disney+, I would be very surprised if they did release any more Family Guy box sets going forward. BC Genji asks, what means do you have of watching DVDs of other regions? This is something that I do get asked quite a lot. For myself, I actually have a hacked Samsung Blu-ray player, which I managed to look up the model number online, and I found a sequence of numbers that you had to input into the player to remove the region lock, so I'd imagine it's pretty much similar to that, but from what I've read, most players nowadays are already pre-hacked to multi-region DVD and Blu-ray, but if not, there must be a way around it, in which case it'd likely be something similar to just hacking it the way I've done mine. Lamo Rocks Strikes Back asks, have you seen Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker? I have seen the movie, I really didn't think much of it, and I have absolutely no plans to rewatch that film anytime soon. Last question comes in from New Goblin. Is there a reason you prefer DVD releases over Blu-ray, and my thoughts on 4K? To be honest, there's no real preference that I have. I often get this question on my Blu-ray and DVD updates, but I don't really have a preference between DVD or Blu-ray. I buy DVDs for the majority because they are much easier just to get rid of once I've finished with it, and I buy DVDs in general anyway just when I don't have to suffer a really slow internet connection when streaming something. So it just makes things easier all round just to pay that 50p or £1 to watch a film on my television and then just get rid of it. So that's the reason for buying DVDs anyway, and then if a Blu-ray is available of something that I want to have in the collection for a long time, I will go out of my way to get the Blu-ray. And then for 4K stuff, it's not something that I've gotten into as of yet. It's something that I have wanted to get into. We do have a 4K TV. I did, funnily enough, last year film a video looking at the 4K TV that we did get for Christmas that year. I never uploaded it. I might edit it and make it into something. I'm not really too sure. There's loads of videos that I end up making that I just never upload. Whether that be just because I never find the time to edit it, or it just seems to pass me by in terms of the sort of relevancy of it, maybe something along those lines. But we'll see. I might put something together on that one. So that's going to do it for my 10-year anniversary Q&A video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave me a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you have any further questions or maybe even some video ideas for the future. I'm always open to suggestions, and this kind of concept of a video will likely come up again anyway. So if you did have any questions, there will always be an opportunity to feature on the channel. And on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up here. So for more videos, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in my next upload.
Are you threatening me?